Neighbors in Swannanoa are now out of thousands of dollars, and one person blames it on a tire slashing spree. Whoever is responsible was caught on security camera. Jessie Bryant gave us this video showing a person walking next to his truck and then slashing the tires. It happened yesterday on Wilson Avenue. Bryant says 5 of his neighbors also woke up to the same damage.
We're in a hard time right now. Why would anybody do that to somebody? You know, everybody's already living a difficult enough time and just barely making ends meet, and then you're going to do that to somebody for no reason.
Bryant says it's going to cost him about $800 to get new tires. He has filed a report with the Buncombe County Sheriff's Office.
The lived experience there is the voice that should be heard above all else. I mean, we see it on the ground. We see it in our communities.
Handling the mental health crisis is a focus for county leaders, and they are looking for people to join an advisory committee to come up with ways to help those who are struggling.
News 13's Samir Nefsi spoke with a member who says sharing his story has been therapeutic.
A search is underway for 2 people in Buncombe County to join the Behavioral Health and Justice Collaborative. The goal is to have 2 members that have either been arrested or charged while dealing with a mental health crisis or substance use disorder, ultimately using their lived experience to better the community.
Started like the same as everyone else, right? I made a decision in high school.
Michael Roberts tells News 13 his battle with addiction started at the age of 17.
Turns out that my brain's a little different than normal people, and I wasn't able to stop on my own.
His journey would include a path of destruction from 16 attempts to get sober and more than a dozen arrests. The now 39-year-old serves as a member of the Behavioral Health Justice Collaborative. The newly formed group acts as an advisory committee to the Justice Resource Council, helping to channel the right resources during times of mental health crisis like substance use and harm reduction.
But to hear from someone directly can really help us understand and to remind us, right, day by day. You know, it doesn't maybe hit home as hard as if someone who's there.
So there's a multitude of reasons this is important. I think the most important reason is because we haven't always been invited to the table.
The group uses experiences to provide a better understanding of how to handle crises from a governmental and law enforcement standpoint.
And it's really important to have folks with PhDs. It's important to have folks with doctorates and different things, right? But also, I think it's really important to have people with lived experience there.
A group of peers helping to eliminate the stigma circulating mental health crisis and addiction.
I did a lot of damage here, and now I get to help repair. So it's really cool. It's been a surreal journey.
And turning the chapter on how to handle delicate situations.
It would be a disservice to this community for people sitting in an ivory tower to make that decision and probably miss the mark.
The group currently meets on the second Friday of each month from 10 a.m. until noon. Anyone interested in applying to be on the committee must do so by October 9th. You can find a link to the application on our website, WLOS.com.
Get ready for more ads for hearing aids. That's because of a recent rule change that should make them easier to get, since some models will be sold over the counter.
News 13's Jennifer Emmert has Consumer Reports tips for the new ways of shopping for a hearing aid.
Judy Mayer has been dealing with hearing loss for the past few years.
Asking people to repeat themselves was the key to, okay, I can't hear you, I have hearing loss.
To give people like Judy better access to affordable hearing aids, Congress passed the Over-the-Counter Hearing Aid Act of 2017, which finally goes into effect in October.
Consumers will be able to buy hearing aids from the stores, online, without needing the intervention of an audiologist or a doctor.
That could save people hundreds, even thousands of dollars. When you're shopping for hearing aids, there are some important questions you should ask. What's the return policy? Since it can take time to adjust to a new pair, CR says make sure you can try them out for at least a few weeks. Also, check out their features. Do they have replaceable or rechargeable batteries? Are they sweat or water resistant? And will they pair to your smartphone via Bluetooth? Do they have a telecoil which lets you tap directly into assistive listening systems at large events? The FDA rule also standardizes features for hearing aids. For example, all OTC hearing aids must allow users to adjust the volume. You may think that's an obvious feature, but you'd be surprised by what's available.
I ordered a pair off the internet. They work fine, except you couldn't adjust them.
After trying out several pairs, Judy is happy to be hearing again.
I guess hearing loss affects your life because you miss out on a lot. You don't realize what you have lost until all of a sudden you can hear it.
Jennifer Emmert, News 13.
Consumer Reports says not all hearing aids will be available over the counter under these new rules.
People with severe hearing loss and those under 18 will still need to see a medical professional for a prescription to get hearing aids.
Just go to WLOS.com and click on Consumer Reports under the News tab for more information.